and the values that you guys have really, really worked diligently to uphold. We're talking about values of self-help, self-responsibility, democracy, equity, and solidarity. And not only that, we're going further by saying that you really have worked to uphold the values of honesty, openness, social responsibility, and caring for members. So tonight is really the night to recognize you, your hard work, and your dedication. I'd like to start by inviting you all to stand as we observe the national anthem and ask you to remain standing as Ms. Prince will lead us in prayer, as well as reciting the Credit Union Creed.
Good evening, everyone. And tonight, it's really a night of gratitude. And we want to, of course, thank God for such a beautiful occasion, an occasion where we can come together as a movement and we can recognize the valuable input of our members and our people. And there's this song that reminds me of gratitude. It says, "Thank you, God, for your blessings on me." So I will start this refrain. If you know it, you can just join. It says, "There's a roof up above me, and I've got a good place to sleep. There's food on my table and shoes on my feet. You gave me your love, Lord, and a fine family. Thank you, God, for your blessings on me." There's a roof up above me and a good place to sleep. There's food on my table and shoes on my feet. You gave me your love, Lord, and a fine family. We say thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. With again, there's a roof up above me and a good place to sleep. There's food on our table and shoes on our feet. You gave us your love, Lord, and our fine families. We say thank you, Lord, for your blessings on us. We pray. Father in heaven, we want to thank you so much. We have so much to be grateful for. And tonight especially, we are thankful that we can be as a people, as a movement, as a credit union movement, where we come together to honor these persons who have lent out their capabilities, their skills, their knowledge to help another person. We say thank you. We say thank you for permitting us just to be here. We say thank you for the many things that we forget to say thank you for. And as we go through these proceedings tonight, we pray your blessing on us individually and us collectively. This we ask in your Son named Jesus. Amen. We recite the Credit Union Creed. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace, where there is hatred, where there is injury, pardon, where there is doubt, faith, where there is despair, where there is darkness, where there is sadness. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is given that we receive, for it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that blessing, Miss Prince. We appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, while I've asked you to sit, I would like you to join me just for a moment of silence to recognize individuals who have probably worked very hard for this cause, but was unable to be here with us today. So I'd like you to just assist me or join me in observing a moment of silence for these individuals. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, sorry, can you please stand? All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, allow me to welcome you to this evening's awards gala ceremony. And allow me to recognize and establish the protocol for the evening. Allow me to recognize the presence of Mr. Francis Fontenelle, who's the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Economic Development, and the Youth Economy. Ms. Charmaine Louis Justin, who is the Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Commerce, Manufacturing, Business Development, Cooperatives, and Consumer Affairs. Mrs. Natalie De Souza, who is the Executive Director of Financial Services Regulatory Authority. Mr. Phoenix Belfield, who is the General Manager of the Dominica Cooperatives Societies League Limited. And Mistress Martina Belize, who is president of the St. Lucia Cooperative Credit Union League Limited, and fellow directors. Good evening to you all. Officers of various credit unions here with us, general managers, staff, and various credit unions as well, sponsors, specially invited guests. Once again, welcome. My name is Uma Dimak, and it's such a pleasure to be here with you this evening. I was so happy when I received the invitation to be your mistress of ceremonies this evening because, just the week before I was thinking, I need to join a credit union. And so when I got this call, I figured, I am well placed to see the vibe that the credit unions across the island are bringing, and I have them all in one place. I'm a blessed child, am I not? Yes, so tonight I'm very happy that I get to interact with you, and hopefully by the end of the evening I know which family I'm joining, right? All right, very nice. And at some point, Miss Prince, I was waiting to see, sometimes when people are blessed with beautiful voices, they want to put all of us on the spot. She had to sing and let us know that she could sing. But thank you so much, Miss Prince, for blessing this evening, and we know just because of that it's going to go very well. At this point, to give you your official welcome, allow me to invite to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ian St. Helen. He is going to give you your official welcome remarks. Mr. St. Helen.
Thank you very much, Madam Mistress of Ceremony. Protocols having been established, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and cherished cooperators of the credit union movement, I bid you a good evening and a warm and heartfelt welcome. The St. Lucia Cooperative Credit Union League welcomes you to this extraordinary evening, celebrated under the theme, Legacy, honoring and celebrating commitment, cooperation, and resilience. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered not only to celebrate, but to also recognize and honor the achievements of volunteers and staff who have contributed so richly to the credit union movement in St. Lucia. Through their collective efforts, they have helped shape the credit unions into the beacons of financial stewards that they are today. As we gather in this elegant setting, and you can agree it is very elegant, we are surrounded by more than just the glimmering lights and the exquisite decor. We are also enveloped with stories of dedicated service and volunteerism that have contributed to the enduring legacy of the credit union movement. Tonight, we pay homage to the pioneers, volunteers, staff, and officers who, through their vision, loyal service, and commitment, have carried this legacy forward. It is a journey that has spanned several years, marked by a shared dedication to financial empowerment and the transformation of lives. The narrative of the credit union movement is one of resilience, constant improvement, and one punctuated by the unwavering belief that together we are stronger. We thank you for your pivotal role in adding to the tapestry of the credit union's rich history. Looking forward, we embark on a journey to preserve and extend that legacy. May our commitment to serve our members and society remain steadfast. May we always serve with integrity and purpose as we adapt to changing times and producing solutions to the challenges that confront us, while also holding on to the core values that define us. As we indulge in the festivities of this gala event, I hope you enjoy the ambience. Have you been enjoying it? I hope you also enjoy the exquisite cuisine and the captivating entertainment. And let me let you in on a little secret. There's also opportunities to win some very exciting prizes. So be tuned. Welcome to an evening of celebration and the continuation of our credit union's remarkable legacy. Have a wonderful celebration. Thank you.
I'd like to say thank you to Mr. St. Helen for that. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, please put your hands together and allow me to invite onto the stage Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Mr. Francis Fontenelle.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I want to adopt the protocol that has already been established. I would like to convey apologies on behalf of Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Honorable Philippe J. Pierre, who has overseas commitment tonight. Credit unions are an essential part of the financial landscape and architecture of St. Lucia. As we notice, the financial and the architectural dynamics are changing as we see an exodus of foreign branch banks in St. Lucia. This is not unique to St. Lucia, as we see prevalence in the OECS as well, and the Caribbean at large, just to be honest. The thinking is that it is becoming too costly to operate financial institutions in our jurisdiction. The intense monitoring of financial transactions under the guise of combating money laundering and financial terrorism has significantly increased the risk of doing business in our part of the world. Today, the opening of a bank account has become a very stressful, painstaking, and frustrating activity. And we know why. Today, we note that the credit unions are attempting to fill that void that the exodus of the financial institutions, the foreign-based financial institutions, as they depart. And the membership of the credit unions has been steadily increasing, and that is encouraging. However, as the saying goes, to whom much is given, much is expected. We know what financial contagion means, as we saw it on a global scale between 2007 and 2009. The interconnectedness of financial institutions makes the saying, the chain is as strong as its weakest link, very appropriate. It is therefore incumbent on the League, on the credit unions, to ensure that all its members are doing what is necessary to comply with the recommendations of the regulators. The regulators are here to protect us, to protect you. The environment is very dynamic, and there are many thoughts of the regulation of credit unions. I'm not here to discuss regulations. I'm just here to encourage credit unions, but that we go on the right track. Many thoughts of regulation of the sector is in discussion right now. It is important that the services of the credit unions are monitored, given that certain credit unions are even bigger than banks. And what is the point is, the collapse of one credit union can have a ripple effect on the sector, can have a ripple effect on the economy, can have a ripple effect on the country, a debilitating effect on the country. It's imperative that we do what is necessary to keep the sector as strong as it can possibly be. As we sit here tonight, I can tell you that there are discussions at the highest level as to how credit unions or the financial sector in and of itself can be regulated, because we do not want to see a repeat of what happened in 2007 to happen again. Albeit it didn't affect us that much, but we don't want to see it happening in the region so that it can have a significant effect on us, a debilitating effect on us. And we're here to ensure that this doesn't happen. In the upcoming months, there will be discussions on the way forward in terms of regulation for credit unions. It would be premature for me to discuss it now, but I just want to alert you that there is discussion taking place of regulation of the sector. I just want you here, credit union members, credit union league persons, to sit back and reflect and ask yourself a simple question. What keeps you up at night? What is it that makes you uncomfortable, in all honesty, based on the industry, when you sit on your bed, you lie down on your bed? Just be frank and honest about it. And that is how, and that is the way we can move to improve the credit union. I don't want to sound somber, because I see credit unions as the future. And there's so much that has to happen in the league. Technology is driving the industry, the financial industry. And credit unions would have to think seriously on technology. The whole issue of AI, artificial intelligence, is ravaging industries. How does credit unions fit in that bracket? So as we sit and have a gala evening, I just want us to think of the industry, the sector, and to see how best we can take over from those who are living our areas and thinking it is too risky to operate in that area. To have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
We say thank you to Mr. Francis Fontenelle, PS of Finance, for those words. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I would like to invite to address you Ms. Charmaine Louis Justin, who is the Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Commerce and Cooperatives. Let's hear it for her.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. First of all, I would like to convey apology on behalf of our Honorable Minister, Emma Hippolyte, Minister for Commerce, Manufacturing, Business Development, Corporate Use and Consumer Affairs. She sent her sentiments today. She's unable to be here because she's in a trade mission in Taiwan. Today, I am truly honored to be here to celebrate with you on this auspicious occasion, the gala evening in honor of your outstanding contribution towards the credit union movement in St. Lucia. I believe it is imperative that we recognize the sterling contribution of our citizens before they're trending internationally or are no longer with us. That we are willing and graciously give credit, and credit is justifiably due. Your largely selfless contribution to cooperative development and nation building, by extension, must not go unnoticed. For it is only when these achievements are known and extolled that we may be emulated, even eclipsed by future generations. No doubt, we can all agree that our youth, our young men in particular, are in desperate need of direction and more practical examples of what can be accomplished through grit and perseverance. The credit union movement in St. Lucia is a long and storied chapter in our financial annals, dated as far back as the early 90s, when agricultural societies predicated upon the mutually benefited principles of the Susu and coup de main were the order of the day. The impact of the credit union movement is undeniably facilitating crucial access to financial services to the average St. Lucian. As the umbrella body for all credit unions on island, the St. Lucia Cooperative Credit Union League Limited provision of support services, training, and cooperative education to member credit unions remain relevant. You have played a vital role in the growth and longevity of our credit unions. Your dedication, hard work, and commitment has not only strengthened the financial fabric of our society, but have also uplifted countless lives. Through your contributions, you have provided access to financial services to those who may have otherwise been marginalized. You have empowered individuals to pursue their dreams, whether it is by owning property, starting a business, or securing their children's education. Beyond the numbers and transactions, however, it is the ethos of the credit union movement that sets it apart. It is the movement foundation on principle of voluntarism, economic participation, training, cooperation, and concern for community. It is about people helping people, about uplifting each other and building a better future for all. From fishermen to farmers, police, craftsmen, civil servants, trade unionists, taxi drivers, tradesmen, and students. As we reflect on the journey thus far, let us also look forward to the future with measured optimism. The challenges ahead may be many, given the dynamic global environment in which we operate, but I am convinced that with the same spirit of unity, cooperation, commitment, and resilience, which has brought us this far, will carry the credit union movement into the next century. And while your aim may not necessarily be to mimic the commercial banking sector, I'm sure there are some valuable operational lessons from which you could learn, particularly in the post-COVID era. Your growth, especially with the last decade or so, with the convenience of the introduction of ATM services, is commendable. Given the small size and familiar nature of credit unions, you are not another faceless customer, you are members. You have built a legacy which you can now be proud of, even as the financial services sector is subject to various international regulatory pressures and impositions. As credit union, you need to pay attention to those seemingly externalities as you continue to grow and adapt. Your adaptability through the changing times will be a testament of your resilience. As we look to the future, let us continue to build upon the strong foundation that you have laid. May you continue to be guided by the principles of commitment, cooperation, and resilience. Thank you.
We would like to say thank you to Mrs. Louis Justin, for that. And I think she really is touching on some really great points. If you are in this room here today, I think you can resonate with the concept of kudme and each one helping one. So again, thank you. We also had the PS before that talking about the need for development and growing with the times. So we want to say thank you to him for those wise words as well. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, please invite me in welcoming to the mic Mistress Natalie De Souza, who is the Executive Director of the Financial Services Regulatory Authority.
Permanent Secretary within the Ministry of Finance, Deputy Permanent Secretary within the Ministry of Commerce with responsibility for cooperatives, President of the League, and other members of the St. Lucia Cooperative Credit Union League Limited, members of credit unions, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I extend my gratitude for the invitation to address this esteemed gathering at the Credit Union GALA 2024. It is indeed an honor to speak before you as the Executive Director of the Financial Services Regulatory Authority, FSRA, and to share insight into the remarkable resilience and enduring legacy built by volunteers and employees within the credit union sector in St. Lucia. Allow me to also convey greetings from the Board of Directors of the Financial Services Regulatory Authority. Additionally, I would like to recognize Mrs. Sancho Victor, the FSRA Manager of the credit union sector, who is here with us tonight. To begin, I'd like to thank the president of the link, Mrs. Martina Belize, other members of the executive, and employees of the league for their open engagement with the FSRA over the years. This evening is about recognizing deserving credit unions, employees, and volunteers for their contributions towards the organization and the credit union movement in St. Lucia. As the regulator and supervisor of credit unions since 2014, when the FSRA was assigned the responsibility to administer the Cooperative Societies Act in relation to credit union, I now address you. The theme for tonight is Legacy, Honoring and Celebrating Commitment, Cooperation and Resilience, which aligns deeply with the ethos of the credit union movement. I also noted the criteria for selection of awardees, which include leadership in volunteers' role, reliability and consistency, collaboration, adherence of credit union values, educational outreach. All these criteria are core values for the success of a credit union and the credit union movement in St. Lucia. Let us not forget the primary role of credit unions, which is to provide loans, often 80% of the total assets of the credit union. These loans are financed by your members' deposit or withdrawable shares. This underscores the fiduciary responsibility of credit union, their employees, and volunteers. Since 2014, I have witnessed exemplary instances within your movement, showcasing leadership in volunteers' role, reliability and consistency, collaboration, adherence to the credit union values, and educational outreach. Today, as we speak, some volunteers and employees have taken the task of assisting a fellow credit union in reestablishing confidence among the membership, implementing internal controls that were no longer existing in the said credit union. This mammoth endeavor required time, talent, dedication, patience, resilience, collaboration, and money. Other volunteers and employees have worked without ceasing to ensure that members are served through automated teller machines, creating improved services to members. Again, here we saw collaboration and leadership. We have seen credit unions have consistently promoted education and exposed their employees and volunteers to many educational programs. Let's not forget the time and dedication of volunteers and employees in reviewing the Cooperative Societies Bill, with the aim that it would be a model legislation that would definitely safeguard and protect the credit union sector, where your membership continue to see the movement as one where trust and confidence in your abilities in securing their hard-earned money. In conclusion, this event serves as a crucial platform for the movement to acknowledge its own. I applaud all recipients of Platinum Service Award and Team Players Award for their lasting contribution and encourage others to carry forward their legacy. Rest assured that each of you, employees, volunteers, are the building blocks for the success of the credit union sector in St. Lucia. Your role and dedication are seen across 16 primary credit unions and one league. And your voices are heard since you count approximately 138,000 members, noting that some individuals may be members of more than one credit union. Hence, your membership represents approximately 77% of St. Lucia's total population. Furthermore, with a total asset base of approximately Eastern Caribbean dollars 1.6 billion, the credit union sector accounts for a significant 20% of the banking sector total asset in St. Lucia. Volunteers number 110 approximately, with approximately again 357 individuals employed by credit unions. Therefore, let us all acknowledge and celebrate the enduring legacy of volunteers and employees within the sector with a round of applause. Once again, I extend my gratitude and wish you all the best for the proceedings ahead. God bless. Thank you.
I'd like to say thank you so much to Ms. D'Souza for those remarks. And at this point, I would like you to help me to invite to address you, President of the St. Lucia Co-operative Credit Union League Limited, Mistress Martina Belizet.
Good evening, everyone. I would really like to adopt the protocol that has already been established because I do not want to stand between you and your dinner. But I want to say a special thanks to Mr. Belfield, our keynote speaker for this evening, who heartily said thanks when we asked him to be here. So thank you very much. And our regulators, I did say to them that I'll be very disappointed if I didn't see them tonight. So I am very happy that they are here with us. Good evening again, everyone. I know we fed you from 6 to about 6:30, 6:45, so I'm expecting you to greet me better. Good evening, everyone. I want to crave your indulgence for a bit. Here's what I want you to do. Put your thumbs together and your index fingers. No, you're not doing it well, Natalie. Okay, can you see me? So bend your index fingers a little. Right? What have you created? Look at the person next to you. If you can't tell what you've created. No, you need to bend it downward. Your thumbs downward. Right. Down. Not up. Some persons have it like that. I want you to bend it downward. You have it, right? What have you created? Okay, now don't move. Keep it. Keep it. Right. I want you to bring it up. Up. Release your thumbs. Put your hands together. Open up and bend it this way. Bring your arms a little closer. What have you created? Okay, excellent. You're very good students. So, I will begin. You created a heart. And you created the credit union's logo. I want you to always remember that when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel that you are giving so much of yourself to this movement, I want you to remember that this is what we are called to do as cooperators. We are called to show love and concern for community. This is embedded in our DNA within the credit union movement. And even when it's not felt by some, you know, sometimes people join the credit union, sometimes bankers or other persons join the credit union movement, and they do not understand that. But as long as one becomes a cooperator, the cooperative culture is so strong within our credit unions that the change happens unknowingly. We are called to serve and to do it decisively. We are called to be servant leaders and to continue the legacy of service above self as laid down by those who had the vision. This event is long overdue, and I am extremely happy that the League is able to bring all our credit unions in one space to celebrate each other. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. As we pay tribute to those who have served with merit, we know that the list is not exhaustive. So many of our volunteers and staff have contributed selflessly to the development of the cooperative sector and the people of St. Lucia, but we can't recognize everyone at once. When the board took the decision to have this event as one of the major activities in recognition of the 75th year of the observance of International Credit Union Day, while also celebrating our 45th year of independence, the excitement was felt by all. This is because the togetherness of our credit unions cannot be overemphasized, as well as the recognition due to the individuals who have served with unwavering passion and dedication. The values espoused in the cooperative development goals speak of togetherness and solidarity among our members, and you heard the speakers before me alluded to that. It is without a doubt that such events are fitting and should be ongoing while concurrently addressing advocacy, compliance, and the development of all our credit union members. Our theme for the 2023 annual general meeting was One Voice, One Mission, the Credit Union Way. This theme was specifically selected in order to remind our members of the bond we share. And as we focus on the theme for this evening's ceremony, we are indeed very proud to honor and celebrate commitment, cooperation, and the resilience of our volunteers and staff. Notwithstanding that the recognition is only of individuals, we are also celebrating the resilience of the credit union movement and its ability to remain steadfast despite the micro and macroeconomic confronts. Our credit unions do an extraordinary job of incorporating the credit union philosophy in their daily operations. This operating principle must continue uninterrupted by the many temptations to deviate from what we truly are at our core. There are many new emerging leaders among us, and our responsibilities include encouraging them to strive for more so that they can strengthen their credit union and be committed to community while serving the underserved. We must always be in a strong position where we can catalyze change and improve the well-being of our members in our various credit unions. It is our time to shape the collective legacy of the movement and to take what our predecessors began decades ago and steer it to the right path for the next 100 plus years. This, cooperators, is where we fit in the equation. The future generations will judge us on whether we took the baton and ran with it or let it drop onto the track. Therefore, it is the League's plan to help all our member credit unions to run with it. And while I recognize that I'm preaching to the choir, it would be remiss of me if I don't remind us that cementing our legacy as one of growth and prosperity will leave our sector a lot better than we found it. So let us continue to invest in our people so that the heart of the movement will continue to beat loudly. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, while I am not charged with moving the vote of thanks, I would like to express my most profound gratitude to Director Lana Alexander. I really wanted to stand and take a bow. She is the chairperson of the Education Committee and this GALA event committee. I also want to thank members of the Education Committee, the League staff, headed by our very own, I would really like her to stand and take a bow, Ms. Asha Michelle, and all the volunteers from our member credit unions who have been working day and night throughout the planning process. I really want to thank all the credit unions that gave us their people to help us, because we would not have been able to do it without them. And I'm saying to all of you who worked tirelessly to put this evening's event together, I know that you are very tired and you're still working. You see them walking around with their headsets trying to coordinate everything. But look at the beauty and see what you have produced. If you look around, let's give them again a really hearty round of applause. I want you to feel very proud of what you have done, as we are. Cooperators, this is your event. Embrace it, relax, and have fun. Congratulations to all those who will be awarded this evening. Let us continue to celebrate diversity, inclusion, and the positive change that our credit unions bring to the communities we serve. May the Lord's unending blessings continue to be upon our sector and embrace us within his protective arms. Thank you very much.
I'd like to say a big thank you to Mrs. Belize for these words. And she made note of something that really resonated with me, and I'm paraphrasing here, but she says, when you become a part of a cooperative, it comes effortlessly. And I have to say that really resonated with me, because just looking around the room, I've had the opportunity to interact with some of you in here today, and I understand what she means when she says that. I got the opportunity to interview a man once for La Rose. And the following year, I interviewed him, and he spoke about La Marguerite. And that was the first time I ever saw that happen. I'm not going to mention his name. But that was the first time I ever saw that happen. And I did not understand it then, but I understand it now. And I know people in this room who has been a part of the youth movement as well. And seeing them here, it makes a lot more sense, hearing Ms. Belize say that. I know people here who lead movements with their skills just to ensure the betterment of their community and the people around them. So I understand that. So Ms. Belize, I have to tell you that really did resonate with me. And ladies and gentlemen, I think you all really do deserve a round of applause for the good work that you're doing. At this point, I want you to help me invite to the stage Ms. Nancy Charles, who is going to introduce our guest speaker for the evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our guest speaker for this evening. Mr. Phoenix Belfield has almost 15 years work experience across different industries, including fintech, business support, credit union governance, strategic management, public speaking, and leadership development. He holds a master's degree in strategic management and a degree in economics, as well as professional certificates in corporate governance and risk management. He also worked alongside the Climate Resilience Execution Agency of Dominica in developing, launching, and managing the Flexible Hurricane Protection product, the first retail parameric insurance product of its kind in the Caribbean region, geared towards providing a financial buffer for the insured credit union members with hurricane protection insured against wind speed. Mr. Belfan has special interest in building financial and digital inclusion, access, and operational efficiency within the credit union movement. He pioneered Dominica's first financially inclusive mobile wallet platform designed to future-proof the credit union movement and drive financial inclusion and access to the undeserved. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand and let's give a warm St. Lucian welcome to our brother from our sister isle of Dominica, Mr. Phoenix Belfield.
You may be seated. Phoenix couldn't make it, so he asked me to come. So here am I. I would like to adopt the protocol established, but I'm not going to. Mr. Francis Frontenel, PS Ministry of Finance, Mrs. Charmin, and forgive me if my English overwhelms my French. Charmin Louis Justin, DPS Ministry of Commerce, Mrs. Natalie, she's sitting next to me, so I have to be very careful with this name. Yes, Miss Natalie. Thank you very much. Mrs. Martina Belizier and Madam Chairperson, thank you very much. Thank you all for the invitation. I bring you greetings from the Nature Isle of the Caribbean and the host, soon to be, of the 17th OECS Summit in September 2024. But we're not here to talk about the OECS Summit. I want to preface the sharing this evening with a story of Maria. And Maria is a lady that is an inspiration to many here in St. Lucia. She's a single mom with 2 children. Thank you. Thank you very much. She's a single mom with 2 children, and she was struggling to make ends meet on a limited income. Despite her financial challenges, Maria had dreams of providing a better future for her family, including home ownership and children's education. Maria joined a local credit union, and she was attracted by its reputation for providing affordable financial services and personalized support for its members. And so with the guidance of the credit union staff, Maria developed a financial plan to achieve her goals, including saving for a down payment for her home and also providing for her children's education. With the support of the local credit union, she was able to secure a low-cost mortgage loan and worked on her first home. And in that process, fulfilling her lifelong dream of home ownership. In addition to that, she was able to enroll her children in schooling and provide educational opportunities for them. And today, her family is better because of the hard work, dedication, and commitment of the credit union movement here in St. Lucia. Thank you very much. The reason I'm telling you about this story of Maria, it's not because I want you to feel empathetic. I want you to realize that a noble cause that we are called to perform here, whether you sit on a board of directors, or whether you're employed at a credit union or at the league, or any of our stakeholder organization, is a noble one. And it's one that is going to impact generations to come. From the time the credit union movement started in the mid-20th century, you have been doing a fantastic job here in St. Lucia. And I think you deserve more than a round of applause. I was happy when the PS asked the question, what keeps you up at night? And so I whispered to the executive director that the regulator keep me up at night. So after her speech, I said, I think I'm going to sleep better. And the reason I'm saying that is because, as the PS said, regulations have become part of what we do. So we do two things at the credit union. Well, a couple of things. The main things. We provide loans and we comply with regulations. And I love it when the regulator comes up here and speaks so glowingly not only of the movement, but also of the tireless efforts of volunteers, the tireless efforts of members of staff, and your unwavering commitment to the cause. And this is something that we represent here, something that we call the credit union movement the best kept secret. And I hope that by the time I'm finished here, Madam Chair would have selected her credit union of choice to start. But for us, as we dedicate and we begin to speak on the themes of commitment and celebrating our history, there's one thing that I want to point out here as it relates to commitment. Commitment for us is the cornerstone for which we are built. It's the humble beginnings to the present-day prominence. And credit unions, we have remained steadfast in the mission to serve our members. Yes, we have evolved. And we have the same dilemma that you have, where people are beginning to interpret credit unions as near banks. And I've had to defend the cause time and time again, and I will continue to. I think, people in Dominica know me that even if you invite me to a wedding, I'll find a way to talk about credit unions. Don't invite me to funerals. I'll talk about it too. Yes. But we have evolved. And one of the things, and I was really happy, I was taking notes as the regulator and the PS was speaking, because one of the things people have failed to realize is that as credit unions, yes, we're brick and mortar, but the needs of our membership continue to evolve. And with it, the systems, the processes, how we do business, adoption of digital technologies, KYCs, compliance, everything has evolved. So we must evolve. But we must not stray far from our core purpose. We must continue to have the members as our center focus. We must continue to cooperate among cooperatives. And which brings me to a very lovely story of the Korean bee and the hornet. I don't know if you heard about it, but the Korean bee, one hornet can destroy a beehive of about 1,000. One. And those bees are very small. And how they would defend themselves is just as how we defend in the movement. Cooperation among cooperative. What they do, they ball together in a ball. So when the hornet attacks the bee, it drops to the ground. And when the hornet goes after that bee, all of them chase after. They envelope the hornet in a ball and create a heat of about 46 degrees Celsius. Enough to roast the hornet, but just 2 degrees under what they themselves can tolerate. And why do they do that? Because they recognize, just like us, that there's strength in unity. And that the small credit union may not be able to take on a lot of the things. We look at cooperation among cooperatives in compliance, in training. But together, we can do so much. And the evolving landscape encourages us to cooperate between cooperatives. It actually teaches us that if you do not cooperate or you do not collaborate, you're most likely doomed to fail. Jack Welch once said, if the rate of change on the outside is greater than the change on the inside, the end is near. So us as a movement, we must evolve with the times. We must adopt cutting-edge technology. We must remain member-centric. We must have our hands forward, but our ears on the ground. Always member-centric. Another area I want to touch on is the resilience. And you'd hear me mention a lot about back home because I'm the most loved and not the most loved. But I'm passionate about credit union. And why I'm passionate about credit union? Because credit unions are the only financial institution that compels you, Madam Chair, to save while you borrow. Did you hear me? It is the only financial institution that compels you to save while you borrow. And whereas other financial institutions that I'm not at liberty to call name, just simply tell you bring your business and they give you high interest loans, pay their loans and all of that. The credit union, they would call you in and counsel you. And they would tell you, okay, this is what you loan, but you have to put aside this amount every month. And by the time you're finished paying that loan, you have a loan, you have the asset, and you also have a saving. And the reason I'm saying that, I always love when I have my government officials and stakeholders there. Because the rest of you, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my table, including my two St. Lucian parents. Please give them a round of applause. For us, we see regulators as partners. We see government as partners too. And we always tell the government, we said, listen, we've seen, and the PS mentioned it, we've seen an exodus of non-indigenous financial institutions. Where are the credit unions going? Where are we going? We're not going anywhere. And these homegrown financial institutions that represent a market penetration rate of 71%, you are not going anywhere. You are here to stay. And we have gone through from crisis to crisis, from COVID to hurricanes, and we have stood the test of time. In fact, the credit union movement in the OECS have received far less bailouts than the banks in the OECS. And we have weathered the same storms. We cannot go and create bonus shares. That is why some of us are undercapitalized. We have to go to the membership and plead and say, come and invest in your credit union. And the reason I'm saying that is because I also want the government to embrace the credit union movement, not only as an institution that needs to be regulated and vigilated, but also as a critical partner for growth and development of St. Lucia. A financial partner whose interest is in getting the membership, helping them along the way. I said to the IMF, where is the risk in the credit union movement? When we give a loan to a small farmer or a young lady that sells bus-up shot on Rodney Bay, and we invest in that person who is the owner of the credit union and also the member. Because of that, and because of the credit union movement, we are where we are today. And we are growing not because it is easier to join the credit union, as what the international agencies like to say, that we have lowest KYC. It's not because of that. It's because we have packaged our products to the members. We listen to our membership. We meet them at their point of greatest need. And we also involve them in the decision making of their financial institution. And that's the reason why you're at 71% or over 70% penetration rate. That is the reason why even in Dominica, we're the highest in terms of credit union penetration in the world. And we say in Dominica, two things you're given at birth: a birth certificate and a credit union member's card. Our unwavering commitment, my brothers and sisters, is very important. And sometimes the tides are going to get very rough. It is not always that we're going to be, or we're going to feel, or we're going to want to cooperate with cooperatives. It's not always that we're going to agree with the decisions of the regulators or the government. It's not always that we're going to even agree with the decisions in our committees. But always remember one thing. If nobody gives you a tap on the back, or if nobody tells you thank you, remember why you're doing what you're doing. You're doing for the lady on the side of the road that sells bus-up shot. You're doing for the guy that sells coconut water in Cass Street. You're doing it for the lady who always had this dream of opening a hairdressing salon, but because she is risky and she doesn't have collateral, she's not important enough by the other institutions. But she can go to any one of the 16 credit unions and get a loan. She'll even get a character loan. We have to remember the purpose for which we were created. And yes, it's absolutely right. To whom much is given, much is expected. And so we also have to remember that the days when we were just a susu or we were just a, everybody come and to get a loan, you just have to say, I know that person, and you got a loan. Now it's KYC, KYD, know your dog, know everybody. And a lot of people have told us, all you're getting like banks. I said, well, you're becoming complex too. So we also have a responsibility of protecting the financial system. We also have a responsibility of protecting this same legacy that we are celebrating here today. And how can we protect those legacy? We can protect it by remembering our core values. We can protect it by governing with integrity. We can protect it by cooperating around cooperatives. We can protect it by our collective might, empowered by the league. Empower your league. And we always say in Dominica, when the credit unions start to act up, we say, listen, if you think life is bad now, anytime you see this league disappear, it's going to be dog eat dog. And then, the big ones, which we call systemically important, will be changed to near banks. And then the smaller ones that cannot fend for themselves will be swallowed up in the process. And this is not far-fetched. It's the reality everywhere. That is why we cooperate. That's why we have a league that provides training and advocacy and have one common voice. And I want you to embrace your league, because life is better. And just like the bees and the hornet, we may be small, but we are Talawa. We may be small credit unions, but when we work together, we are forced to reckon. And so tonight, as we honor this legacy and our commitment to purpose, I want you to remember the purpose for which you accepted the positions you're all in. I want you to remember the lady on the side of the road who now has a shop. I want you to remember Maria, who now has a home and her children has an education. And now you have, by that small gesture, you have impacted a generation. Tonight, we celebrate you. But more importantly, we celebrate the purpose for which we are here. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's say thank you so much to Mr. Belfield for those words. And of course, I would like to invite Mr. Lucius Elivic to come in and just hand him a token of our appreciation.
Smile expires in 30 seconds. Stop it now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. When Mr. Belfield said he hopes that I got my credit union, I heard somebody say farmers. I heard that? Yeah, all right. I heard farmers. Now, it's a joke because if y'all come in, if y'all providing the produce, y'all have my vote. These days, my mother signs, I'm from a small village, so my mother signs for people who brings food. Yes, so we can talk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite you to relax at this point because we're going to have a little bit of entertainment. But before we get into the awards, some of you will get the opportunity to win. So while we are serenaded by Mr. Jab Duplessis, I want y'all to pull out your tickets and just turn it around. There's a number in the back of your ticket. Right, y'all will need that for when I return. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jab Duplessis. That's why he's smiling like that. Mr. Senju, my apologies. My apologies. Dylan Senju. All right, thank you so much for that, Mr. St. Jules. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everybody has your tickets? We're ready for this? I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, so joining me on stage to assist with the prize giving is Miss Athena Branford from Elks Credit Union, and she just said to me, because she's helping me, they have one voter, so Elks, you're in the run as well, the running as well. All right, so Athena, let's just grab the envelope so we have more sweets. All right, so behind your tickets are numbers, and if I draw your number, you are the lucky winner of prize number 1. I'll tell y'all. I just want to put this into a bigger envelope to ensure we're shaking it properly. Okay. So Athena will choose. Anthea will choose. And then I will tell you who the winner is because I don't want to be blamed. All right, so Prize number 1. This person is winning 1 dinner pass for 2 adults at Bellevue Hotel. And the winner is 118. 118. So our ushers will come to you. Can remain seated. Our ushers will come to you and get your information. And ladies and gentlemen, we have these prizes throughout the evening, okay? So the second person is going to win themselves a $100 voucher from Courts. 83. 83. Who has that ticket? 83. All right, nice. And remember, if your number is called, you just raise your hand so that our ushers can see you and come to you. Our third prize from First Citizens, 1 foldable beach chair, number 28, 28. Do we have a winner? All right, we have a winner. All right, so for this segment, we're doing the final prize for this segment. But remember, we have these throughout the night. The 4th person is, we have 2 numbers there. So put it back in. We had 2 numbers, so let's just ensure we get 1. From Rain Forest Sky Rides Adventures, this person is getting an aerial tram tour for 2. And the winner is 65. Just raise your ticket stand so we can see you. Do we have a winner? 65. Yes, we do? All right, congratulations. So Anthea, thank you so much for your assistance. And remember, hold on to those tickets because we do have a few more of these for the night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we are going to proceed to begin the announcements of our first award category for the night. And DJ, I will ask for your assistance to just give us some ambient music while we do that. Sound bed? While we do that. So tonight, as you know, we are awarding in 2 award categories, and we're going to begin tonight with the Platinum Service Awards. Just to let you know, the Platinum Service Awards recognizes outstanding dedication and contributions made by officers who volunteered their time, their efforts to support credit union and its community. This award reflects the credit union's appreciation for individuals who went above and beyond in volunteering their time, their skills to enhance the credit union's impact to its members. So our awardees in this category, of course, you have contributed and you deserve a Platinum Service Award. And to assist me in presenting this award, I would like to invite on stage PS of Finance once more, Mr. Francis Fontenelle. Sir, for All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin with our first awardee in this category. Ladies and gentlemen, receiving a Platinum Service Award from the St. Lucia Co-operative Credit Union League. Help me welcome on stage Mr. McCorville Combi. And this award
for over 35 years, Mr. McCorville Combi has been involved in the cooperative movement in St. Lucia. For a number of these years, he served as the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative Delegate to the League. He also served as secretary on its supervisory committee and its board. In the SLTCC, he has held various positions, including that of president.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the second awardee for the night, the general manager of the Sandals Credit Union will accept on this lady's behalf, Mistress Teresa Mason.
St. Lucia. She has over 55 years of dedicated service to the credit union movement. She has held various roles in the Sandals Cooperative Credit Union and the St. Lucia Cooperative League, contributing significantly to cooperative education. She is the co-author of a teacher's manual for the Caribbean School Cooperatives Societies.
Our third awardee for tonight is Mr. Severin Mosheri, and the president of the Royal St. Lucia Police and Alliance Services Credit Union will accept on his behalf.
Mr. Severin Mosheri became a member of the Police Credit Union in 1985. From 1987 to the present, he has given dedicated service to the credit union movement through various roles on the credit and supervisory committees of the Royal St. Lucia Police and Allied Services Credit Union. He has also served as president of the League. Mr. Mosheri is currently the general manager of the Royal St. Lucia Police and Allied Services Credit Union Limited.
Fourth awardee tonight, Mistress Cecilia Rennie.
Mrs. Cecilia Rennie, a dedicated educator, is renowned for her unwavering commitment to service. She organized several extracurricular activities, including Red Cross, and shaped talents in drama and competitions. She remained a guiding force, contributing to the community's growth and tireless service to both the Library Credit Union and the League in various capacities, such as secretary, vice president, and president of the League. She played an active role in the execution of Libraries Credit Union's annual summer camp, since she believed young people need to understand and appreciate the cooperative movement and its principles.
Mr. Fontenelle, thank you so much for your assistance. At this point, I would like to invite on stage Miss Charmaine Justin, Mrs. Charmaine Louis Justin, to assist me in handing out the next set of awards. All right, ladies and gentlemen, award number 5 from the Sandals Cooperative Credit Union goes to Mr. Vincent Williams.
Mr. Vincent Williams is a retired fire officer. He became a member of the Sandals Cooperative Credit Union in 1990. He diligently served on the credit committee for a decade with a notable 3-year tenure as chairman. During this period of service, he received training in savings mobilization and credit management from the IFAD and TAG projects. He has also served on the board of directors for a period of 12 years collectively. He has held several key positions, including chairman of the nominations committee, a member of both the Building and Education Committee, as well as representing Sandals Credit Union as a delegate on the league.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next awardee is still from the Sandals Cooperative Credit Union, Mr. John Mathre.
Mr. John Mathre joined the Sandals Credit Union in 1978 and has since provided dedicated service in various roles. He has served as president and was also secretary of the board for over 9 years. He was also instrumental in the review of the Sandals Credit Union bylaws and for organizing several community-based education sessions. Given his profound experience with the credit union movement, Mr. Mathre has also been a facilitator in training prospective officers for the credit union. Sandals Credit Union is grateful for his invaluable service.
The next 2 awards are from the Dennery Community Credit Cooperative Society Limited. Our next awardee, Miss Daniela Martelli.
Miss Daniela Martelli, president of the Dennery Credit Union, has served on the board and various subcommittees since 1993. She has spearheaded several initiatives including computerization, policy formulation, reorganization of the credit union operations, and restructuring of the Dennery Fishermen's Cooperative. She participates in events organized by the Education and Social Committees. She served as treasurer of the Credit Union League.
Our next award goes to Mr. Thomas Felicien.
Mr. Thomas Flavien has served on the board and subcommittees of the Dennery Credit Union since 1997. He has held the positions of secretary, treasurer, chairman of the Delinquency Committee, and vice president. In 2004 and 2021, he was instrumental in designing the layout and relocating the offices of our cooperative. He has served as a director of the Credit Union League.
That's Mr. Thomas Flavier. My apologies, Mr. Flavier. And let me say thank you so much, DPS, for your assistance. I would like to invite Ms. Gail Cumberbatch of First Citizens to help me in presenting the next batch of awards. Ladies and gentlemen, award number 9 and number 10 goes to members of Elk City of Castries Cooperative Credit Union. The next award goes to Mr. Linus St. Clair, and it will be received by
Mr. Linus St. Clair took on the role of president of Elks Credit Union in 2011. His transformational leadership saw much improvement in the credit union. An avid reader, Mr. Sinclair is known for his strict adherence to the Cooperative Act. As president of the League, he played a key role in securing the purchase of the League's building. Mr. Sinclair embodies the spirit of a true trade unionist and is very deserving for his contributions.
Our next awardee, Mistress Paula Patricia Thomas.
Mrs. Paula Patricia Thomas is a resolute credit union volunteer for over 15 years at the Elks Credit Union. She has contributed significantly in roles spanning the supervisory and credit committees. As a Carib Day educator, she prioritizes proper governance and the enhancement of member services. She is currently the chairperson of the Education Committee and vice president of the board.
The next two individuals receiving the Platinum Service Award are from the Fosse Jacques Credit Cooperative Society Limited. Our first awardee is Mr. Columbus Philippe, and this award will be received by Mr. Daniel Bob.
Mr. Columbus Felipe's involvement in the credit union movement began at the age of 27 when, out of curiosity, he visited a meeting at the Parish Center organized by the Steering Committee and the Cooperative Department to set up the Fosse Jacques Credit Union. And, as the saying goes, the rest is history. He has since served this noble organization as a volunteer for over 25 consecutive years, as president for 2 consecutive terms, and in various roles on the supervisory committee. At every single level and position, Mr. Philippe performed his duties with the highest levels of competence, professionalism, passion, and commitment.
Ladies and gentlemen, also from the Fosse Jacques Credit Cooperative Society Limited, Miss Monica Louis.
Mrs. Monica Louis has volunteered her service to the Fosse Jacques Credit Union with distinction for approximately 11 years at the following positions: Assistant Treasurer of the Board of Directors, President of the Board of Directors for 2 consecutive terms, and Chairperson of the Supervisory Committee. During her entire tenure as a volunteer, Mrs. Louis performed her duties with the highest level of professionalism and commitment. Despite her no longer being an elected officer, she continues to express a keen interest in the well-being of the organization, providing advice and moral support for management and staff whenever needed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Anthea, where are you? Anthea? All right. I'm calling Anthea because it's now your turn to win a few more prizes. It's now your turn. It's now your turn. Okay, so where were we? That's at the point where you check your tickets again. We're doing a few more of these. I told you throughout the night, we're going to get some prizes. So the next award, this person is getting a day pass to Sandals Grande. And the winner is number 93. 93.
Congratulations. Our next award, a $100 voucher from Courts. The winner is number, see that one folded tight. Hold on. This one, number 160, 160. Who has that ticket? Let me see you, 160. Yes? Yes, okay, our winner is right there. Congratulations. Okay, so this person wins the from Ted Paul Nature Trail entry walk for 2 to the Ted Paul Nature Trail, a fruit platter of locally grown fruit and a glass of juice. This person is number 7. Who has that ticket? Number 7. We have a winner? Number 7, if you have that ticket, just stand so we could see you. No? All right, let's pick another number. So we're trying to, no, that's a 6. All right, that's number 6. Who has that ticket? Number 6? No? I tried that, I tried that. Number 6? Okay, we have a winner here. Number 6. So just raise your hand so our usher can find you. Ooh, and this next one, this is the final one for this segment. From Coco Palm Friday Fun Fiesta Buffet voucher for 2. Who wanted me to say number 122? 122, there we go. Congratulations to you, Anthea, thank you so much. Number 122, just raise your hand for me again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for indulging me. And of course, we get back to our awards. But don't you worry, there's more. There's more of that. You still get the opportunity to win. At this point, I would like to invite on stage Mr. Jason Evans of Paul's Refrigeration. Yes, to assist me in these next awards. Ladies and gentlemen, our next 2 awards are members of the St. Lucia Hospitality Credit Union. And I saw them representing quite well tonight. Where are you guys? There we go, there we go. Our next awardee, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rodney Maxius.
Mr. Rodney Maxus, a teacher by profession, is a dedicated board member at the Hospitality Credit Union, well known for his unwavering commitment and dependable nature. He fosters a team spirit attitude among his colleagues and demonstrates his ongoing dedication through his actions and contributions to the organization. His exemplary qualities have earned him respect and recognition within our organization.
Receiving the Platinum Service Award also from the St. Lucia Hospitality Credit Union, Miss Claudia Edmond.
Miss Claudia Edmond has been a valuable asset to Hospitality Credit Union for over 30 years, consistently showing dedication and commitment as a board member or in any capacity when called upon to serve. She wholeheartedly embraces the credit union's mission and values. In addition, She actively volunteers for community initiatives, reflecting her strong commitment to making a positive impact. Ms. Edmonds' enthusiasm and passion for the credit union movement is undeniable and makes her a perfect candidate for this award.
Thank you, Ms. Edmond. Our next two awardees are from the Library Cooperative Credit Union Limited. This next award goes to Ms. Marilyn John Mackey, and it will be received by Ms. Saturina.
Mrs. Marilyn John Mackey, a paragon of volunteerism in library, embodies selfless service. Her substantial time, talent, and dedication have left an indelible mark on the community of Library. She served as president of the Library Cooperative Credit Union and on several other committees. She currently serves on the Education Committee. Mrs. Mackey is dependable and consistently exceeds expectations. Library Cooperative Credit Union proudly nominates Mrs. Mackey for the Platinum Service Award.
Also receiving a Platinum Service Award tonight from the Library Cooperative Credit Union Limited, Mr. Felix Chico.
Mr. Felix Chico has served as the president of the Library Cooperative Credit Union and as its longest-serving secretary. Mr. Chico exemplifies selfless service to community and contributed immensely to the development of the Library Fishers and Consumers Cooperative. For his commitment to service to community, Library Credit Union nominates Mr. Felix Chico for the Platinum Service Award.
I'd like to thank Mr. Evans as well for his assistance. I'd like to call to assist me with the next batch of awards from CUNA, Miss Priscilla Charles. Ladies and gentlemen, the next awardees are from the Monrepo Eastern Cooperative Credit Union. And our next awardee is Mr. Priscillus Simeon, and Mistress Jackie will be accepting on his behalf.
Mr. Priscillus Simeon, prior to being appointed the general manager of the Monrepo Eastern Cooperative Credit Union, Mr. Simeon served as an officer for many years, and his contribution has been invaluable to the institution as he steered the way for the growth of the Monrepo Eastern Cooperative Credit Union.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this next award is a posthumous award. It goes to Mr. Linus Robinson, deceased, and it will be accepted by Miss Bernadette Robinson on his behalf.
Mr. Linus Robinson served as an officer of the Monrepo Credit Cooperative Union for many years. He served as the president of the board for the periods 2002 to 2004 and 2010 to 2015. He served as secretary of the League and was very influential in the purchase of the League building, which currently houses its operations. In addition, Mr. Robinson was instrumental in the growth and expansion of the Monrepo Credit Cooperative Union.
The next two awardees of the Platinum Service Award are from the National Farmers and General Workers Credit Union. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kajana James.
Miss Kajana Martina James is the principal of the Auger Combined School. She is a dedicated volunteer and has committed many years of service to the National Farmers and General Workers Cooperative Credit Union, serving as Assistant Secretary and President. She is currently the chair of the Credit Committee. The National Farmers and General Workers Cooperative Credit Union applauds Ms. James for her unwavering commitment.
Also from the National Farmers and General Workers Credit Union, Mr. Francis X. Charles.
Mr. Francis Charles formally joined the credit union movement in the early 1980s, initially as a member of Civil Service Credit Union and subsequently joining National Farmers Cooperative Credit Union in 1992. He served on the Credit Committee and Board of Directors for a total of 14 years, inclusive of 2 years as President of the Board. He currently serves as the second Vice President.
I would like to say thank you to Ms. Charles for her assistance and invite Mr. Jermaine Hunt from Capita to assist me in presenting the next few awards. Ladies and gentlemen, our next two awardees are from the Royal St. Lucia Police and Allied Services Credit Union. Our next awardee is Mr. Albert Henry.
Mr. Albert Henry has made a sterling contribution to the Royal St. Lucia Police and Allied Services Cooperative Credit Union. He has served in various roles on the board and the credit and supervisory committees. He was instrumental in the transition of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force Credit Union to the Royal St. Lucia Police and Allied Services Cooperative Credit Union Limited.
Our next award goes to Miss Sebastiana Charles. Miss Sebastiana Charles.
Miss Sebastiana Charles is a retired sergeant from the Royal St. Lucia Police Force and has been a member of the Police Credit Union since 1982. She served on the credit and supervisory committees for several years.
Our next awardees, ladies and gentlemen, our next two awardees are from the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative Limited. Help me welcome Mr. Ezra Joseph.
Mr. Ezra Joseph has given exemplary volunteer service to the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Union. He has served on various committees and the board. An alumnus of Carib DE24, Mr. Joseph has been instrumental in the implementation of many initiatives, including SLTCC Depositors Camp, Credit Union Day lectures, the marketing of the school thrift program, and organization of various community-based outreach projects. SLTCC is proud to recognize him as an outstanding volunteer.
Also receiving the Platinum Service Award, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Peter Daniel.
Mr. Peter Daniel became a member of the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative Limited on June 30th, 1989. He has served in various capacities on the board as well as the supervisory committee. As a visionary, he contributed immensely to the growth of membership of the credit union as well as enhancing the credit union's products and services. He has amassed vast knowledge of credit union principles stemming from his participation in numerous workshops, seminars, and conferences which he attended. He is from the class of Carib Day 9.
right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our final award in this category. However, I'd like to call Anthea one more time. Well, not one more time, because by the time tonight finish, Anthea, let me tell you. Let me tell you. All right, so this is the point where you pull out your tickets one more time, you say a little prayer quickly, and you hope that your number is called. Okay. And let me just inform you, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who have been awarded, you can just head over to my right to just get the cover of your award, all right? At some point during the evening, you can ensure that you do that. Okay, so our next award is from our sponsor, Flow. You get 1 month free service from Flow. This next person gets 1 month free service, and that number is 165. 165. We have a winner right here. Our next prize is from, again, Bellevue Hotel. We want to say thank you to Bellevue for their sponsorship. 1 dinner pass for 2 adults to Bellevue. This number, let me tell you, the 6s and the 9s killing me tonight. Just now, let me just make sure. Let me just make sure that number is, I don't know if it's a 6 or a 9. All right, so this one is 99. 99.99. All right, we have a winner. Dinner for 2 at Bellevue Hotel. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. All right. They didn't tell me to do this, but we're going to do it. We're giving 3 more. Yes, let's do it. 3 more. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Number 38, 38. You winning yourself from our sponsor, First Citizens, 1 foldable beach chair. 38, 38. No? Yes, we have a winner right there to the back, table to the back. Just keep your hand up so that our usher can see you. All right, our next, okay, so the next prize from Hotel Chocolat, dinner for 2. Dinner for 2. $167. 167. Do we have a winner? Dinner for 2 at Hotel Chocolat. No, put it back. Going once, going twice. All right. Dinner for 2 at Hotel Chocolat. 61. 61. Y'all saying put it back? Going once, 61, 61. Going twice. All right, this person, number 86, 86. Monsieur, I think y'all telling me I should keep that. We have a winner. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Let me tell you, Anfia like trouble. Anfia telling me one more. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. This person wins themselves dinner for two at our sponsor, Bay Gardens Resorts. Dinner for two at Bay Gardens, number 84. 84. And we have a winner, the gentleman in the lovely gold and black blazer. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a few more prizes to give tonight, so Anthea will be joining me once more for the night, okay? But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to move into our second category of awards for the night. Our second category for the awards for the night, Team Player Awards. Just to let you know, the Team Player Award, this award recognizes an employee who consistently exhibits exceptional collaborative skills, contributing positively to the overall success and cohesion of the team. He or she is dedicated to fostering a collaborative, positive, and high-achieving team environment or credit union. And joining me on stage to present the first set of awards is Miss Natalie Desouze, yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first awardee in this category is from the St. Lucia Co-operative Credit Union League, Miss Diana.
Ms. Diana Leon has been an invaluable asset to the St. Lucia Cooperative Credit Union League for 24 years. Ms. Leon has played a pivotal role in the capacity of administrative assistant and research and development officer. Coupled with a wealth of experience, she has been instrumental in many successful projects undertaken by the League. She has always worked tirelessly to foster collaboration and assist with advancing the mission and values of the credit union movement. Ms. Leon is known for her genuine and approachable demeanor, always ready to offer guidance and support to colleagues and credit union members.
Our second team player being awarded tonight, Miss Asha Mitchell.
Ms. Asha Mitchell has been employed with the St. Lucia Cooperative Credit Union League from 2015 in the capacity of accountant. She has also served as officer in charge in the absence of the previous general managers. Ms. Mitchell is extremely organized, deadline-oriented, and a dependable team member. She pays meticulous attention to detail and has a deep understanding of financial principles. Ms. Mitchell is always willing to help and is committed to the advancement of the movement.
Our third team player for the night is from the Sandals Cooperative Credit Union Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jadine Theodore.
Mr. Jaden Theodore is a dynamic force. With his youthful energy, firm dedication to task, and his collaborative spirit, Jaden embodies the essence of a true team player. He joined the Sandals Cooperative Credit Union team as a teller in December 2021. He swiftly displayed his leadership potential, which awarded him training in operations, supervision, and loans, eventually assuming the role of loans officer. In this capacity, Jaden continues to provide invaluable support to the loans department.
Thank you so much, Mr. Suze, for your assistance. I'd like to invite on stage to assist me with the next set of awards, Mr. Phoenix Belfield. right, ladies and gentlemen, our next awardee, our next team player from the night is from the Dennery Community Credit Cooperative Society Limited, Miss Thora Dundas.
Miss Thora Dundas has been a true cooperator with the Dennery Credit Union from infancy. She served with dedication and selflessness while upholding the cooperative principles. Ms. Dundas was appointed the first manager of the Dennery Credit Union in 2003 until earlier this year, and was subsequently appointed as the accounts officer working with our management committee, overseeing the operations of our member cooperative. Her immense contribution to the growth of the Dennery Credit Union is duly noted.
Our next team player is from Elk City of Castries Cooperative Credit Union, Miss Antonia Joseph, and this award will be accepted on her behalf by Miss Jean Morrill.
Miss Antonia Joseph has been the manager of the Elks Credit Union since 2012. Her problem-solving acumen and dedication has transformed the credit union. With her background in commercial banking and project management, she is enthusiastic about training and development in financial education. She is an advocate for collaboration, improving staff benefits, and creating a positive work environment. A true team player, she is deserving for her outstanding leadership and contributions.
Team player number 6 is from the Fosse-Jacques Credit Cooperative Society Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Gloria Jonai.
Mrs. Gloria Jonai is the longest-serving staff member of Team Fosse-Jacques Credit Union. Her credit union journey began as the assistant secretary of the board of directors. However, through her tenacity and professionalism, she has moved up the ranks and is currently a senior loans officer and the branch supervisor. Her passion, compassion, professionalism, and sense of humor have made her a valuable and appreciated asset who is widely respected by management, staff, members, and the wider community.
Thank you so much for your assistance, Mr. Belfield. I'd like to invite on stage to assist me with the next set of awards, Ms. Martina Belize, President of the League. Let's hear it from Ms. Belize, why don't we? Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, awardee number 7 is from the Hospitality Credit Union, Miss Rosanna Acti.
Miss Rosanna Acti is Hospitality Credit Union's longest-serving team member. She is dedicated and committed to the success of the organization. With effective communication skills, a positive attitude, and collaborative spirit, she enhances unity within the organization. She displays support for colleagues and constantly focuses on improving member experiences, great qualities of a team player. Mrs. Acti's dedication and passion for the credit union movement is unwavering and makes her a fitting candidate for this recognition.
Our next awardee is from the Library Cooperative Credit Union, Mr. Toran Moffat.
Mr. Taran Moffat stands out as the epitome of a great team player among the staff of the Library Credit Union. Taran consistently demonstrates remarkable collaborative skills, which he uses to promote a high-performing team environment in the workplace. For his work in supporting the staff of the Library Credit Union in transforming the lives of many, Taron Moffat is nominated for the Team Player Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next award goes to a member of the Monrepo Eastern Cooperative Union, Miss Fortuna Shalry.
Fortuna Shalry has been employed with the Monrepo Eastern Cooperative Credit Union for 27 years and currently holds the position of accountant.
Thank you so much, and I'd like to say thank you to you, Ms. Belize, for your assistance as well. I'd like to call on Mr. Joseph, Vice President of the League, to present the next set of awards. Our next team player is from the National Farmers and General Workers Credit Union, Shanique Maxwell.
Ms. Shanique Maxwell has been a dedicated employee of the National Farmers General Workers Cooperative Credit Union for approximately 6 years and 10 months, where she serves as the member service representative. She prides herself on being very industrious, loyal, and a team player. She is actively working towards having a successful career in management by continuing to expand her knowledge through pursuing a bachelor's degree in management.
Our next team player is from the Royal St. Lucia Police and Allied Services Credit Union, Miss Stacy Chico.
Miss Stacy Chico, a native of the village of Labrie, is deeply rooted in community service. Joining the Labrie Credit Union in 2005 marked the beginning of her impactful contributions. Ms. Chico is currently pursuing an MBA in finance and serves as the accounting assistant at the Royal St. Lucia Police and Allied Services Credit Union. Known for her exceptional dedication and collaborative spirit, she is a true asset and role model to the team.
And the final team player award for tonight goes to a member of the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative Limited, Mistress Sherry-Ann Keto.
Mrs. Sherry-Ann Keto joined the St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative Limited team full-time as the accounting officer on 14th August 2014. She is nurturing, meticulous, and highly organized. A dependable worker, Mrs. Cato is quick to take the initiative and offer solutions to problems discussed with her. Mrs. Cato stands as a shining example to her colleagues, and SLTCC is blessed to have her as an employee.
Let me say a huge congratulations to all the awardees tonight. Can we get another round of applause? And of course, we have to say a huge thank you to our sponsors who've made it possible tonight, especially our sponsors for our prizes. And Anthea, I'll ask you to join me one more time while I recognize Bellevue Hotel, Court's First Citizens, Rainforest Sky Rides, as well as Sandals Grande, our friends over at Ted Paul Nature Trail, Coco Palm, Flow as well, Hotel Chocolat, Bay Gardens Resorts, 758 Excursions. We want to say thank you so much for your sponsorship tonight. And all of you who've made it possible tonight, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our remaining prizes for the night. All right, Anthea, at this point, you and I are best friends, you know. You saying just make it Elks, just join Elks and finish with that. All right. Nancy, what did you say? Farmers. Okay. I need a farm for that. I like that. Ladies and gentlemen, our next prize tonight, Rainforest Sky Adventures, Adrenaline Tour for 2. Number 22, you are the winner, 22. Do we have a winner? We have a winner, number 22. Congratulations. 758 Excursions, Touch the Waters private excursion for 2. Oh, that sounds exciting. The winner, Touch the Waters private excursion for 2 from our friends at 758 Excursions, number 140. 140. We have a winner? Going once? Going twice? All right. Anthea, they said, shake the bag harder. All right, number 127. 127. We have a winner. Congratulations. You win yourself a Touch the Waters private excursion for 2 from 758 Excursions. Our friends at Bellevue giving another day pass for 2 adults. A day pass for 2 adults, number 21. 21. You get yourself a day pass for 2 at Bellevue Hotel. Do I see a winner? All right, we have a winner. Congratulations. Okay, and our final door prize, our final giveaway for the night. Say your prayers. Ladies and gentlemen, this one is dinner for 2 at Sandals Grande. Dinner for 2 at Sandals Grande. You know, I would tell you, just tell me your number, but tonight is about honesty. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. Ladies and gentlemen, 143. 143. We have a winner? We have a winner. Congratulations to you. And Anthea, thank you so much for your assistance tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been such an amazing audience. I want to again say a huge thank you to you for your cooperation tonight. But to formally thank you, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite Director Conan Stanislas to provide you with the official vote of thanks.
Good evening. I'm not very good at closing things, but I'm tasked with closing this ceremony tonight. So I hope I can play justice to closing it. I like things to continue. And with such a good audience, it would be nice to have it to continue. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, Credit Union family and friends, good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. It's been a memorable evening, I must say. I think everybody's having fun, and it's indeed something that I look forward to us having a bit more often. So thank you for being here and for making this event what it is. But in order for this event to have been what it is, we have some special guests among us that we need to acknowledge again. And I want to start with Mr. Ian St. Helen for our introductory speech. Mr. Francis Fontenelle, PS Ministry of Finance. Thanks for having you. I almost said minister, so I hope next time that you'll be the minister when you're sitting here. Yes. Ms. Charmaine Louis Justin, DPS, Ministry of Commerce. Thanks for having you. Mistress Natalie D'Souza, no stranger to us. Thanks again for having you. And we have our keynote speaker, my brother. Well, my brother from another country. We'll keep it at that for now. Thanks for having you again, Mr. Belfilaire. our entertainment guys, thanks again for the entertainment. And then now we have our sponsors. Without them, I don't think it was quite possible for us to have such a good event tonight. So we start with our Prime Minister's office for assisting us, the Ministry of Commerce, our CCCU, CUNA, the insurance that covers us, for our credit unions, MSD, our service providers, First Citizen Investment Services, Paul's Refrigeration, Capital Financial Services, our former GM, Express Weld and Construction, Carib DE, and we know that's our education program for our credit unions, Mr. Christopher Bali, Chateau Heritage, Coco Palm, Hotel Chocolat, Sandals Grande, as we have the ambience of being at Sandals Grande, Big Gardens, Rainforest Sky Rides Adventure, Ted Paul Nature Trail, and 758 Excursions. And some of our door prices continued with Cots, Flow, First Citizens, Distillers, and Heineken St. Lucia. My friends, without those persons, we will not be able to have our activity as good as we have it tonight. We want to express gratitude to our MC, Miss Homer DeMac, and I must say, MC, you were great tonight. I also want to express our thanks to our videographer on the outside, our decorators, our photographers, an extremely talented performer, the gentleman with the saxophone, Mr. Seju. To Sandals Grande and the hardworking and dedicated staff, we would like to say a heartfelt thank you for giving us the above and beyond what we've expected so far. And I'm hoping that the food is going to be above and beyond as well. I'm hoping so. A special mention to our amazing committee members. And people, let me tell you something. Those committee members work really hard to get this activity up. Really hard. Words cannot describe how thankful we are for your passion and commitment. We are gathered here tonight because of your tireless efforts, which have shown through in every aspect of the gala. Let me tell you, I know those meetings were long. It took a lot of time, a lot of planning to get this activity together. And I must say, committee members, thank you again. Thank you very much. Last but certainly not least, we express our gratitude to our members of each credit union whose loyalty and dedication from the foundation of this movement. It has been a pleasure celebrating with you tonight. Without our credit unions, we would have not been able to celebrate. Without no credit union, we would have no league. Without no league, we wouldn't have the gala tonight. So thank you again. As we conclude, may this gala serve as a reminder of the strength that comes from working together. Thank you once again for being part of this credit union gala, and we look forward to creating more memorable moments in the future. I cannot say safe travels yet, but hopefully when you're traveling in safe travels. But I can say, let's have a good night and let's party. Thank you.